Because we're not having enough fun here on Earth, the sun said, okay, people, there you go. You have a solar storm to deal with. Guys, welcome to the channel, The Modern Survivalist. As always, if you want to learn more about survival and preparedness without the fear and paranoia that we often see in this community, you have the channel with a ton of information. By the way, subscribe to the channel. That's really appreciated, and you get notified of new videos if you click on the notification bell button there. You have my books, Surviving the Economic Collapse, 3 Survival Skills, a ton of knowledge accumulated over the years condensed into my books, which you have in Amazon in the links there below. Right, solar flares are a common occurrence, but more serious types of space weather can knock out power grids. That's entertaining. Yeah, so apparently you have different types of these. It's from G1, G2, all the way up to G5 being the most powerful one. I think that this time we're getting a G3, so it can cause problems with specifically communications, satellites, internet, and yes, even the power grid may be affected. Now, it has to be said, it is not the it's not the doom and gloom scenario sometimes being presented, especially by the media that wants to, well, you want to have clicks, you want to have attention. It is pretty impressive. Material rises from the coronal mass ejection, right? You have these solar flares. There is a historic precedent in 1859, geomagnetic storm, now known as the Carrington event, was caused by at least 1 or possibly 2 coronal mass ejections. These are immense eruptions of solar material that often follow a solar flare. And in this case, it was the telegraph lines that literally caught fire, literally burned. The cables hanging caught fire and burned. We do have a more resilient infrastructure in this regard. It has been considered, and you have reinforcing of these infrastructures over the years because of this possibility. There was a time a few years ago in which there was a lot of fear mongering, and I did a lot of research. It turned out to be that a company was founded by former NASA employees and some current NASA employees. They were selling the product of hardening the infrastructure for this event, and they had this. I mean, it was something that was in their interest to sell their services. And they were maybe going a little bit of an extra step or two into how dangerous all of this was. Is it real? Yes, it is. Can and does it affect infrastructure, communication, satellites, and so on? Yes, it does. Is it the fear-mongering thing of the end of the world? No, it is not. But it is very much a real thing. It could be the case that communications, power is knocked out by such an event. So what is that we have to do? What we've always been doing. You prepare for it accordingly. There's no difference between a snowstorm, a solar storm, or a cyber attack. Whatever causes a collapse on the infrastructure, you have to be ready for it. Power outages, alternative ways of communication, planning ahead of time, having contingency plans in place. All of this you do no matter what. It is still important to know what causes it, because this means it can happen again. It can be even worse. It can be more serious and takes more time to get back online. All of these things we do need to learn about and be responsible about it, but without the fear and paranoia that sometimes it's not always easy. It's not always easy to be objective about all of these things, but we need to do our best effort. So there you go. And of course, for people wondering, what about a Faraday cage? Well, yes. You want to do a Faraday cage? You want to do a little do yourself project? By all means. Even more simple way is having a metal box of some kind, like an ammo box. You keep a radio in there, maybe a couple of walkie-talkies, Baofangs, wherever you want to keep inside a metal box will be protecting the electronic components from such a thing. But again, usually it is extremely rare that a solar flare ends up frying all of the electronics. That's more Hollywood than realistic scenarios, okay? Keeping it honest, guys, that's the way it goes. See you next time. Take care.